Tonight, the Dane County Board of Supervisors will discuss if the Dane County Jail project is going to move forward.
One of the options would be to put the issue on the ballot for voters in April.
NBC 15's Tyler Peters joins us live now from the Dane County Jail with what could happen tonight.
Yeah, John Lee, we are just outside the Dane County Jail right now as a vote looms. And what looms is the next steps in this Dane County Jail consolidation project. That'll be the topic of discussion at that Dane County Board meeting coming up here tonight at 7 o'clock, so just under an hour. Now that vote they will decide whether or not they will advance the $13.5 million still needed for the project in terms of funds, or instead to put it on the ballot this spring via a referendum. This in an effort to fund a new 6-story, 825-bed jail. Sheriff Calvin Barrett spoke alongside his predecessors on Tuesday about this plan, sparking some controversy. We talked with members of the Dane County Board of Supervisors Black Caucus earlier today. They tell us they were not pleased with Barrett's decision to speak on Tuesday, saying they felt Barrett was putting the blame on them for holding up the project.
I was appalled. Sheriff Barrett stood on stage with 3 white men and, in the finest tradition of Willie Lynch, attacked the integrity, the competence, and the fundamental intellect of his colleagues on the Dane County Board. That kind of salvo cannot go unanswered.
Now, we will be following this meeting all evening long, so be sure to keep it here and tune in to NBC 15 News at 10. Again, that meeting starting in just under an hour tonight at 7. In Madison, Tyler Peters, NBC 15 News.